welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks for coming. My name is Adiolu Ajimo, also known as AJ, and I'm a management consultant based in Lagos, Nigeria. Today, I'm going to be answering a question I've gotten a lot. It is, how do you get into management consulting? Or maybe even more specifically, how do you get into a MBB firm? I'm going to be breaking down this video into three main parts. I will call the first part prep, the second part case interview, and the third part aftermath. And I will explain. Alright, so let's start from the beginning, prep. I will break down the preparation part into three main phases. First is research, second is reaching out to people, and third is preparing your documents. So let's start from research. You have to know about the company that you're applying to. So what my tip for this aspect is research into what they have done. Look into publications that they have published. Maybe they have a podcast that they release what they think about some key aspects in industry. Listen to it, right? So just integrating all these different aspects will just help you be knowledgeable about the company you're looking at. Most of them have YouTube channels, most of them have Instagram pages that are just postings on, right? So it helps you, and it helps you separate yourself from another candidate when you have specific examples of what this company is doing, right? What are they doing in the world right now? So that's it. Like, I don't have to even go more than that. Like, do your research, look and consume information about what they are doing. And what this will help you do is that once you get to the second stage, to the interview stage, you already have an idea of a sense of what they are doing, and you can have even a better conversation with your interviewer. So that's all I have to say for research, right? Do your research. Now, second, reaching out. It also helps to reach out to people in the company. This might not give you a specific edge or something, but once you reach out, like, just start building that. It could be maybe a recruiter you reach out to, or maybe somebody working in the company, and be specific with why you are reaching out, right? So if you are done your research in the first part, you could know that, okay, this particular person is responsible for this in the company. Maybe on LinkedIn you find the person and reach out to the person, right? Just maybe get a coffee chat. Okay, we don't drink coffee in Nigeria. Maybe we do. Or maybe just get a coffee chat or a tea chat with someone in the company, right? Just to, again, help you even know that is this what you want to do? Is the kind of company you want to work for? Because you are valuable. Like, you should also take into account if this is the kind of company you want to work for. It's not all about like them getting you. Think about the interview process as you find out if you want to work for this company, as the same way they are finding out if they want you to work for them, right? It's a two-way street. You are valuable. Okay, that was a segue, but yeah. So that's the reaching out aspect. And finally, preparation of documents. So here, you can tell me if you want a specific video on this, but this typically your CVs and your cover letters, right? Not all consulting firms might require cover letters. Just look for the specifics. Some might require just your CV, some might require your cover letter. For your CV, I'll just brush through key things to look out for. Always look at the job description you're applying for and ensure that what you are putting in your CV is answering the question that the recruiter is asking, right? So if they say problem solving or communication, right, don't just sprinkle the words up and down in your CV, right? Be specific with what you're saying in your CV. Put numbers, put percentages, put action points, right? And I would just take a quick segue here. If you don't have a lot of experiences, right, and you're saying like, there's nothing in my CV, I've not worked for anyone, it's like the chicken and the egg story. I need a job to apply for a job. I need experience to apply for a job, right? Like, the simple cheat sheet is volunteering, right? it's always be the cheat sheet, right? Look for ways or places that you can volunteer and that you can work on the skills needed for, in this case, consulting, right? Look for experiences that will give you that opportunity to develop those skills that you can now put on your CV. Okay, so let's start, right? The case interviews. Remember what I said about is a chance for you to also look into if you want to join this company. Case interviews actually help you see, would I enjoy doing this consulting firm? Because typically in a case interview, in the case segment, you're actually solving a business problem. They'll give you a scenario, and with the help of your interviewer, you would solve and propose solution to that business problem, right? So it's like what happens in the real world. Now, what do interviewers look for in the case interview segment? Two main parts: analytical skills and soft skills. So, analytical skills is more of your structuring. Are you considering the right elements for your to solve the problem? Are you looking at the right levers? Maybe you're meant to look at the market, the clients, the competitor. Do you have a comprehensive view of what it takes to solve the problem? That's the structuring part. And also under analytics, it could be data, right? Charts and data. Can you look at a chart and be able to decipher what it means or get insights from what the chart means? And then you have your soft skills. For soft skills, it's more about communication, your presence. How did you interact with interviewer throughout the case? Were you able to pass your information accurately, right? So these are the things they are looking for in the analytical and soft skill aspect of the case interview. Now, I will pause here and remind you that you can actually practice to improve on these things, right? You can actually practice to improve on structuring. I do not think anybody is born just knowing how to structure business problems, right? No matter what background you're coming from, if you're coming from engineering, from arts, from healthcare, you might not have like the business sense. And even if you're coming from a business background, it will always help to practice structuring, right? There are resources, you can use Case Coach, you can use Prep Lounge. These are different resources that you can use available on the internet, right? Just do a lot of structuring problems, structuring questions, just to familiarize yourself with how these things work. And you just see that soon enough, you're already thinking that way. You already know how to structure business problems. Now, moving on to the soft skill part. For the soft skills part, again, when I say practice, at the risk of sounding like a broken gong, it's actually practice. Just practicing with somebody, right? Solving case interviews live. When I say live, someone is acting as the interviewer and you're the interviewee, and you're walking them through your thought process live. Because it's one thing to look at something, you're reading the problem, and you're like, okay, I know how to do this. It's another thing to actually do it when that person is there asking you questions, right? So please practice. There are also opportunities to practice live on Case Coach, or maybe you know someone that's applying to the same company you're applying to. You can also do practice sessions with them, right? It will always help. Now let's move over to the fit. So the fit segment of case interviews is more like the interviewer trying to see if you're a good fit for the company. So they'll ask you questions like, what was the time you worked in a team? What was the time you solved the problem, right? There are a lot of fit questions that you would see on the internet, right? And just ensuring that you have a compelling story to answer these questions will help you tremendously. Like, it's important to be yourself, right? And just think about different stories and experiences that you have gathered throughout your lifetime, right? And see how you can tailor it to any question the interviewer is asking you. It also helps to practice your fit, right? So people do not practice their fit, thinking, whatever they ask me, I'll answer. But that's not how they used to do. Ensure you practice your fit also. Let me know if you want like more and more specifics on this. But yeah, that's just a brief overview of the case interview part. Now let me get into the aftermath, right? Like, it's no news that consulting, like, not everybody will get into consulting, but one thing I've seen is that even just the skills that you have gotten from taking yourself through the interview process will help you in any other job you want to do. It's because they are transferable skills, right? The skills you learned of structuring a problem, of doing math faster, of problem solving, like every skill you learn throughout your interview process will help you in the aftermath, right? So this aftermath segment is just knowing that even if you don't get into consulting, the process that you have taken yourself through would help you in the long run. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. Let me know if you have any specific questions about getting into management consulting. If you want me to do another dedicated video on this, answer your question specifically, please let me know, and I'm here to help. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.